A family was forced to sell 3 of their investment properties. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your hashtag, Stein tonight, and let's have a look at this article from the Fin, which is discussing a family that was forced to sell 3 of their investment properties, and they only have 4, so just down to 1. They're slumming it. Now, there's going to be a lot of people who will have a bit of schadenfreude here, and that's understandable. But you also have to appreciate that investing in property and using property as a mechanism to improve your wealth and grow your retirement nest egg or your savings, it's so ingrained and talked about in Australian culture, in the media, in the news. It's just nuts. As a YouTuber on a social media platform, I couldn't even give people sensible advice. You know, I couldn't steer you away from an obvious scam and then point people towards like a decent brokerage to buy some boring shares. I couldn't, recommend anything like that, which is frankly common sense. But property, real estate, how many people are spruiking it all the time? I know people love to imagine that I'm a spruiker of real estate because I'm not on the it's going to completely crash bandwagon anymore. More so I'm facing reality that the decks are kind of stacked against the market in this regard here in Australia. But there's a lot of people out there pushing this narrative that property is the way to go. Let's turn off that. And well, perhaps this could be what we're seeing here. But the funny thing is they're going after, of course, they're trying to go after the bank. So let's have a look at this article, guys. So, a family forced to sell 3 of 4 properties as rates rise. Okay. As investor lending increases, 2 recent cases highlight how higher rates and cost of living can push property buyers over the edge. Or it could also show some people have no idea what they're doing. One involved a family that had to sell 3 of their 4 investment properties after coming off a low fixed rate. The other had a self-managed super fund that was forced to close, having borrowed to buy 2 investment properties without sufficient cash flow for loan repayments. Did people honestly expect... Did they honestly expect the cash rate wouldn't go up? Did they think we'd sit at this low cash rate forever, the 0.1%? I'm starting to think there's some people out there that believe that, that believed the media or thought that rates wouldn't go up. CoreLogic, which monitors property markets, reports that investor lending has bounced back nearly 24% since last February, compared to around 14% for owner-occupier loans. So it looks like the investors are back, guys. Increasing numbers of investors are being tempted back into the property market by the prospect of capital growth, buoyant rental incomes, and hopes interest rates will fall. Now, I make the argument that if rates are going to fall, what are we going to see? We're at 4.35. What are you going to get, 3.5? It's not going back to 0.1. Have we been conditioned now to expect that as a possibility? This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Will it happen again? You tell me. If rates fall down maybe to 4%, if they make a little move there, could that be? Probably it would be a bit of a psychological kick to spur the market. In the first case, so this is the family with the 3 properties they had to sell. The Australian Financial Complaints Authority, AFCA, recently found that Westpac had breached its responsible lending obligations for providing a loan to a family unlikely to be able to service it. The family's $570,000 loan for their 4th property, their 4th mortgage, triggered the unwinding of their portfolio after interest rates increased at the end of the fixed interest period. Details about the rate and the term of the loan were not provided. So 570 grand, we're not talking a huge amount here, but they're investors, so they're going to be having to pay more, and they've got 4 properties. So this is the kicker here, guys. This bit here. The family claimed it did not understand there would be higher payments at the end of the fixed term. They didn't understand there'd be higher payments at the end of the fixed term. Maybe this is just the bullshit the lawyers were saying to try and get them out of it. Or maybe they actually didn't understand that. I don't know, guys. I'm lost for words. I know I like watching Dave Ramsey, and you get a lot of financially illiterate people on there, and the media loves to talk up the financially illiterate people that don't know what they're doing, and they go payday lender after payday lender, borrowing so much money, pissing away on stupid stuff. So there tends to be an overexposure to a small subset of the population. But you think if you could get to the point where you can get a 4th mortgage, so you're earning enough money, you know what they're doing? They just wrote it. They just wrote it from one to the next. Equity, mate. That's what it was. They didn't understand the impact of cross-collateralization of properties when collateral for one loan is used as collateral for another. But the AFCA, an independent financial disputes body, rejected the family's demand that the bank write off the remaining debt and pay around $350,000 to cover capital losses on the grounds it was not responsible for the investment decisions. That's good. Yeah, I mean, that's their own stupid fault. They wouldn't have been complaining if they had have just kept riding the wave, if rates had have stayed a bit low for a little bit longer, would they? I mean, this is a lesson we all have to learn. Sometimes you make risks, sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. It ordered the bank to pay around $27,000 compensation for approving a loan without establishing that the complainants were able to repay without substantial hardship. This was to compensate for direct financial loss from the unsustainable loan. Okay, so they've gotten 27 grand. I don't think they're going to be happy out of that. But you think 4 properties, with the rental market that it is now, with how expensive it is to rent properties, with the shortage of rental properties, I guess they just didn't have enough of their own money coming in to keep it going. So, mortgage broker Matley Enterprises had to pay $4,000 for stress caused to the complainants resulting from the $570,000 loan for one of their properties. The AFCA does not name individuals involved in hearings. Yeah, okay. I mean, here's the thing. The more of these responsibilities we put onto the mortgage brokers and the banks and the financial organizations, people are going to say, "Oh, that's good, safety, buffers, yada, yada, yada." But it's going to just be another layer of bullshit that makes it harder for someone to get a loan. Okay, these people have learned an expensive and very hard lesson, but that happens. That's a part of life. That's the risk of being a property investor. This is the concern I have. The more responsibility you put onto others, the harder it's going to be to get loans, the harder it is for people to get their foot in the door. The nation's property market is about halfway through a $350 billion wave of home loans moving from fixed to more expensive variable interest rates, according to RBA research. This is the interest rate mortgage cliff that we've been warned about. Now, the last time I checked, loans falling over or badly serviced loans or past due loans, it's not, I don't think we were at pre-COVID levels yet. So it's not the huge wave of properties and forced sales that people are expecting or hoping. Some are hoping for a significant correction in the market to jump in and get a bargain. But not everyone's like that, okay? A lot of people realize that going off fixed, you're going to have to pay more. The case involved Westpac covered investments between 14 and 19, where the cash rate was 1.5%, and mortgage rates had fallen to record lows. Since 2023, the RBA has increased the cash rate to 4.35%. Yeah, we're aware of that. Westpac's analysis of the family's income, such as assessing potential rentals and general expenses, found costs exceeded income by nearly $280 each month at the end of the fixed term. So is this, when they went to variable rates? $280 a month and your whole empire falls down? I find that hard to believe. You can find, if you've got 4 properties, you can find $300 a month to keep it going. The bank said it had applied other criteria before approving the loan, including loan-to-value ratios, customer credit checks, and comparison of disclosed expenses with income. Maybe they were telling a bit of a fibby with what they were actually spending. $280. I mean, wouldn't you sell one property? Surely that. Well, I mean, this is the story that falls over. I still remember reading about the teacher that had 5 of these properties that they buy. They don't pay them off. They just buy them and then serve. Some of them even go cash only. Oh, sorry, not cash only. Interest only. And then they get another one, and they get another one. Interest only, just because of the capital growth. If you can time it right, good luck to you. But it's time in the market like anything else. So, self-managed super fund loan troubles. In a second AFCA case, Omni Wealth Services was ordered to pay a couple more than $470,000 compensation, or around 75% of the losses they suffered when they were unable to maintain payments for 2 investment properties totaling $1 million through a self-managed super fund. Borrowing to buy a property through a self-managed super fund to boost retirement income is a popular strategy for many investors wanting to leverage their super savings. See, you can use your super to buy a property to help you retire, but you can't use your super to buy a property to live in. No wonder Australia's going like hard left. No wonder young people are pissed off. Frustrated. Omni Wealth Services has since been wound up and liquidators appointed. The company has no connection to Omni Wealth Group, another financial services planner. The couple was referred to Omni Wealth Services by a property development company that was advertised on the radio. They were advised to establish a self-managed super fund and roll over $341,000 from existing superannuation, use equity of $150,000 and borrow $600,000 to buy a residential property and pay all their concessional super contributions into the fund. The couple, who had a combined income of $342,000, decided to buy 2 properties. Why? Okay. Why didn't they just buy one? They got greedy. But the advice failed to establish the couple's expenses, such as their existing home mortgage of around $350,000. $350,000 is not much for a mortgage. And their income, combined income of $342,000 a year. Surely there'd be a... I don't get it. That's shitloads. How? How did this happen? Weren't they putting enough in a super? The advertiser failed to explore the complaint's capacity to make additional superannuation contributions, according to the AFCA decision. Without an understanding of their cash flow, it was not possible to determine their ability to withstand adverse economic conditions impacting the recommended investment strategy. The advertiser was also criticized for concentrating the couple's super into a highly geared single asset class that was adversely affected by loan repayment, strata fees, insurance and utilities, and self-managed super fund running costs. I'm still... good old super, hey? Further, There were the risks of rising interest rates and maintenance. I mean, this is why people just talk up property and just... It's not a magic genie. If we don't get continued growth, a lot of people are going to be in the hole because you've got to pay maintenance, you've got to pay all rates and fees. Nearly 1 in 5 borrowers may be in mortgage stress, according to the RBA. Mortgage stress is experienced by homeowners who spend a disproportionate amount of income paying off a home loan, typically more than 30% of their income. But there have been fewer cases of arrears or forced sales than predicted, possibly because of the strong job market, according to the RBA. So let's have a look. Bear with me for a moment, everyone. Let me just open up Edge and bring up the poll I put to all of the viewers on the channel, asking, here we go. Oh, do you remember 8-character file names? Yep. Now, asking if you struggle to make your mortgage repayment in December. Now, the reason I asked this is because we looked at a Finder article a few days ago, and they were saying 40% of people are struggling with their mortgage repayments. Now, we've got 1,500 votes here. A large proportion of them are going to be viewers of my channel. So you're going to have majority Australian males, aged 40 up, or 30, I think it's like 35 up. You got some young'uns, but most of you are in that bracket. So you're going to have a lot of people that are hopefully established in their careers. You got a lot of professionals. You got a lot of tradies. We've got quite a mix of people here. At least these are the people who reach out to me, and it's across all spectrums too. But of all of this, now I just asked yes or no because I also wanted, even if you didn't have a mortgage, and you said no, that's going to give us a better appreciation of how much of a real impact this is going to have out there on the market. So only 24% of you struggled to pay your mortgage in December, while 76% said, no, you didn't struggle. So congratulations, guys. You're doing better, much better than the Finder viewers. You can see here, I don't have one. Living in a tent, no mortgage needed. Fantastic. Let's zoom in a bit there. Mortgage, I was born in 91, mate. The window is closed for our generation. Oh, you only got 10 years on you, mate. You know, you can still find there are opportunities there. Oh, then again, stuff's gotten a lot expensive around here. Although I think I picked the cheapest house in Brisbane when I found it. That was my search criteria. But there's a reason why it was discounted. Did I mention I sold everything? One upside of living in your car is no rent or mortgage, although somewhere to live would be nice. Word in the car park, its last hike was not needed. Cuts are coming big time. Now, this is the thing. People are hoping for cuts. I don't, what are we going to see? What's the cut going to be? It'll be 0.5% maybe. That's not going to be enough. If you're struggling now, if you can't pull together another $280 a month to keep your 4-property investment portfolio together, you're kind of screwed. Okay, you should be able to find that money as a family. Went backwards because my net worth didn't grow as much. Currently earning $1,600 tax per week. I think pre-tax or after tax. Camping in a van in western suburbs of Sydney, saving every cent I can. Interestingly, people put the extra mortgage repayments into super for the first 10 years, and the return by retirement will be over 4 times the amount you would have paid in interest on minimum repayments over the life of the mortgage. Yeah, but you want to be debt-free. What's the point? You can have all this shitload of extra money that gets passed on to your family when you die. That, wouldn't you rather have been debt-free a couple of years earlier? No mortgage, still renting, no debt, still reasonably happy. That's the big thing here. It's the no debt. You know what? These people who are struggling, that why they couldn't get the $280 a month? I bet you they had shitloads of credit card debt. I bet you they had a car loan. I bet you they had all these other expenses that just kept chipping away at them every month. No mortgage paid off before kids. Worked like crazy in my 20s. Good work. Knows I don't have a mortgage. Only you. Older Australians are cashed up. Young Australians are the ones who are affected by rising rates. Yeah, well. No mortgage or rent and very little debt. This is from Kathy. But this Christmas I felt more broke than ever. In fact, yesterday I mentioned to my friend that I've never felt poorer. She said the same thing. I think this is the cost of living. You're noticing the cost of everything going up. So, $10 here, $20 here, $30 here. At the end of the week, it's a lot less. You need to ask how much people pay, 200 or 2,000. Yeah, Stefan, I know, but still, for some people, 2,000 is going to be easy. For others, it's going to be hard. My comments about the 280 a month, it's because they've got 4 properties. Their investment, they'd be bragging about owning 4 properties. So they should be able to find that. No mortgage because I saved away for 10 years to buy my home. Still at fixed at 2.44 and less than 300 grand. Oh, you'll be fine, mate. It should be easy. I don't think I have a mortgage, but I remember when my mum was still paying her mortgage, she would budget and put aside money in Christmas Club account at Combank. Whatever savings she had left over after Christmas went towards the mortgage. Christmas Club was unique. I remember that. Deposit every month. It doesn't allow withdrawals until it's December. I don't think the bank offers this product anymore. I wonder if they do. That'd be interesting. Okay, they do have Christmas accounts. Can we differentiate between owner-occupier and mortgage? No, I don't want to. I just want to look at the overall because that's what the media is going to play up the fear on. So what do we have here? I know Christmas is coming. I have money ready and waiting. I've got asked to resign in November, so I did. I learned in life not to ever chase anything that doesn't want me. I found more work in December, but my new employer pays me late. It's rough. That's why you need to have an emergency fund that can cover your costs for a couple of months. That's why Dave Ramsey tells people to have $1,000 emergency fund as the first step. It's hard to do, but you got to find a way to do it. Herbert's going, why would I struggle? 6 days a week for 15 years, but I own it now. It's called a budget. People who have mortgages should really exercise this. It's not rocket science. No, it's not. That's the problem. It's completely emotional. And Nick's asking about people not having a mortgage. I said that's what I want to see. I want the view of the entire audience. No, however, 2024 will be a struggle. Mortgage free for 2 years, but when I did have one, I usually planned for Christmas. I'll try to anyway. Nope. I just put my whole wage into my mortgage and milked the food banks like a demon. Oh, you bastard. Oh, there will be people doing that. I click no because I don't have a mortgage. No way I can afford to buy a house again now. No mortgage to worry about because I'm homeless. Weekly mortgage went up 749 to 763. Overall, the rate rises are annoying and just mean it's going to take slightly longer to pay off. I overpaid the minimum comfortably. Not an unreasonable question. Another line of question would be about who was not approved for a mortgage. Paid it off while interest rates were low. Looks like most of your audience are boomers. Oh, there's a good one in here from Smoochie. I'm a trans boomer. I'm gonna use that. Millennial and no mortgage identifying as a boomer. Yep, that's it. How can you struggle to pay a mortgage unless you borrowed to the hilt, man? Yeah, that's the thing. Old Chinese proverb. If you don't have a big enough head, aka to make money, don't wear a big hat because it's blinds and clouds your judgment. So there we go, everyone. It looks like the majority of the Heiser says viewers are not going to fall into that trap. Let's have a bit of a chat, eh? So, what do you think? If you were in that situation, would you blame the banks and your broker, or do you find a way to make it happen? We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.